friends, fourth day, let us chant our ah, Ashtadasha Shakti Peta Stotram. Navaratras going on. Om Lankayam Shankari Devi Kamakshi Kanchikapure Pradyumne Shrungada Devi Chamundi Krauncha Pattane Alampure Jogulamba Sri Shaile Brahmarambika Kolhapure Mahalakshmi Mahurye Ekavirika Ujjainyam Mahakali Pitikam Puruhotika ओड्यायां गिरिजादेवी माणिक्या दक्षवाटिके हरिक्षेत्रे कामरूपा प्रयागे माधवेश्वरी ज्वालायां वैष्णवी देवी गया माङ्गल्यगौरिका वाराणस्यां विशालाक्षी काश्मीरेषु सरस्वती अष्टादशसु पीठानि योगिनामपि दुर्लभम् सायंकाले पठेन्नित्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं सर्वरोगहरं दिव्यं सर्वसम्पत्करं शुभम् इति श्री अष्टादशशक्तिपीठस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्. Friends, though knowing the truth is the moksha hetu, it requires tremendous amount of tyaga sahita yoga sadhana of bhakti, jnanam, ityadi. But before entering into that mode of deeply, intensely, exclusively doing the sadhana, from the standpoint of where do we stand, where is our mind, where is our life. From that standpoint, if we see, the first immediate thing that's required is continuous, constant, relentless remembrance of the remembrance of the truth as the goal. Now we have to understand the trick of mind and also play of Maya. Many ways it is discussed. Now, one thing what we discuss is for whatever the reason, if we put our mind, our activities, ourselves in the world, for whatever reason, good, bad, worst, best, if we put our mind, our activities, ourselves in the world, we continue to be the worldly eternally. There is no end to it. Trick in that the consequences totally we become alien oblivion to the entire spiritual thought, spiritual field, spiritual kshetra. That's how from thousands of lives we were living. That's how you can see the entire world of other beings, beings other than us, animals, birds, etc. Anyway, we see them other than living at the body level for its survival. They don't have any other goal or purpose. Similarly, are all human beings who are trapped in the trick of the mind, trapped in the mischief of Maya. Again, the trick of the mind is what? Ki for any reason, whatever the reason, in whatever the way that we choose and make it possible, if we put our life, ourselves, our efforts, our mind in spirituality, consistently, continuously, even if it is blindly, देखते देखते we see that our whole life gets molded, oriented towards the spirituality. And the trick is, as we are that way, becoming truly, genuinely, spiritually molded to that extent, the whole world, worldly activities, all importances, involvements cease to slowly find their importance in our life. Just like as you see at 5:30, 5:45 evening, Your mind is getting molded for the evening satsangas. As the time 6 comes, where is the whole world for you? It is all gone. You are in the class. Again, when the class is coming to the end, within before few minutes of closure, slowly the world starts overpowering us and the class is over. 2 minutes. Why 2 minutes? 2 seconds. Enough. Purnamada is chanted. We just switch off the thing. How much our mind and our thinking, everything enters into the world, and the whole beautiful Shastra we studied, all of that as if gone only. So, this trick of the mind, play of the Maya, instead of Narayana, getting trapped into it, we can make use of the same thing. Just like we say, कुछ भी हो जाए spirituality, भाड़ में जाए, हम तो वर्ल्ड ही रहेंगे. This was this risk we took, challenge we took, proved that we can be worldly 100% without caring spirituality even iota. In our earlier life, so do the same thing. Let anything happen to the world and worldliness, bhad mein jaye, whole time of mine, mind of mine, life of mine, I will put only for spirituality. We become spiritual and the whole world, everything gets set accordingly. Mind you, this blessings beautiful that whatever we choose, we are pushed into that. Is always there. And we choose that spirituality and get blessed and enter into spiritual world. But suddenly something happens inside. We only compromise with our beautiful spiritual life and give value importance to the worldliness. Then Lord has to say tathastu. Chal beta tu acha raha hai. Lord is like Google. You know that Google Amma in that Google, when you ask her for the route, any route you ask any number of times, with full patience, she goes on guiding you. Same is Lord. Any number of times you want to embark and reach to the high altitudes of spirituality, he says Tadhastu. And any number of times slipping from that spirituality, we want to enter into the world and worldliness, Bhagwan Vichara has to say Tathastu. From this, what we have to understand, grasp is very much it is in our hands, in our own sankalpa, in our own drudhati drudha sankalpa that we choose and follow path this or path that. Lord's blessings are equal for both. And that beautiful choice when it is given to us, instead of we executing that choice properly, whom else we are depending on? What else we are depending on? When Bhagwan says, बेटा तू प्रेय मार्ग सेलेक्ट की तो क्या तो मैं तो कहूंगा तथास्तु. तुमने श्रेय मार्ग लिया तो उसके लिए भी मैं तथास्तु कहूंगा. Choice Bhagwan cannot make for us. He can put choices in front. He can help us in whatever we choose. But choosing is ours. And you can see a best example is your own life, your own self. You have chosen every day to come to class. What about your own family members from last 4 years continuously? Something else they have chosen. दोनों के लिए क्लास अवेलेबल है. इज इट नॉट? दोनों के लिए वर्ल्ड भी अवेलेबल है. In this world, Preya, Shreya are always there. How clearly Bhagavan Yamaraj told through Nachiketa in Katha, Shreyascha Preyascha Manushya Metaha, Tau Samparitya Vivinakti Dhiraha, Shreyo Hi Dhiro Vipreyaso Vrunite, Preyo Mando Yogakshemat Vrunite. So, what the discussion which today we started is, though realizing self is the goal, though for it intense, deep, the yoga sadhanas have to be done by doing tyaga of everything else. Though that's the thing, from the standpoint of where do we stand today, what continuously informs us about the goal, empowers us about the goal, inspires us about the goal, keeps us always in touch with the goal is our simple, very essential, to be done everyday thing called as our studying the Shastras. If you go away from Shastra, mind will totally be pulled into the worldliness without being aware. देखते देखते घंटों दिनों महीने साल पूरा जिंदगी ही बीत जाती है वर्ल्डलीनेस में. The trap everybody else falls. We also have to be careful. Therefore, anything can miss, but not our reminding at least of our goal. This reminder through the Shastra of study of Shastra, slowly may become stronger and stronger one day. Accordingly, little consciously, more by the blessings, most by unconsciously, we may start taking up and doing small little doses of sadhana which heads us towards the truth. Like we have food, and with the energy gained through the food, we work in the whole day. So, to the food of Shastra Jnana we get from the classes Shastra Dhinam. With that, the conduction of little spiritual sadhana every day we keep on doing. Consistently, when it is done, it starts becoming deeper, it starts becoming habitual, it starts giving the joy of habitual doing as well as taste of doing as well as the joy of the results of it. Once in a while, we have to pause and see the transformation that has happened in us, positive, because of our regular, relentless study and sadhana, because that inspires us. That gives us that confidence. Like, this one, the confidence that I can attend the classes, the confidence that I can understand the truth little by little, the confidence that, oh, for that, these are the outer and inner sadhanas have to be done. I have understood. How beautiful these things, how rare they are, how precious they are. These are the gifts we have given to ourselves. We only give to ourselves by being so regular in our Shastra Adhyayana. For my understanding, there is no better, easier, quicker way to get inspired about the Shastra, Paramatma, to get the knowledge regarding Paramatma, to know the sadhanas for the Paramatma, than being in touch with the Paramatma through Shastra Adhyayana. Other gurus, Mahatmas may remind us, and they all are also means. But this seems to me very effective nowadays. Days are passing so fast. So if we make a routine of our class attending, little स्वाध्याय and little sadhana, अपने आप ही हो ही जा रहा है, साधना हो ही जा रहा है. How it's definitely evolving us. Of course, we are invoking Bhagavan and Guru and Shruti Mata's Kripa relentlessly with all humbleness, ardency, fear. That, O Lord, may we not go away from this path for any reason. We are at your feet, it is your Maya. Don't allow that avidya Maya to overpower us and take us away from you. Bless us with only Vidya Maya, which always keeps us at your feet towards you. These prarthanas, when we humbly, sincerely, with the fear of His Maya power, when we keep on doing, fear means कि फंस न जाए इस दुनियादारी में, फंस कर भगवान से दूर हो न जाए, ये वाले भय से. When we do along with our choice and commitment, definitely the road becomes clearer and clear. The goal also becomes distinct. Ensuring on the path will also be done by us, though it is little tough, requires some sacrifices. While doing so, we can see the results of it. The first and the best result is confidence in ourselves that we can walk spiritual path, we can reach spiritual goal. We can be further away from the world and worldliness, which all nothing but Maya and Moha for a non-thinking person, appearing to be beautiful, appearing to be attractive, appearing to be promising with a continuous sukha, but all that is cheating. Like in the world, how many sweetly speaking घोटाला doing so many individuals organizations are there. इतना मीठा बोलकर पैसे हमारा सारा हड़प करके बोर्ड फिराकर चले जाते. Whole worldliness is like that only, tempting us with all small little pleasures. It takes away the most precious wealth of ours called as the entire human life. And one day we are on the deathbed, look back and ask the world and worldliness. You have promised me so many things, but you have not given me anything. It's all empty. Then, other than having a humiliating, sarcastic, insulting laugh, all those life and lively things done in the life will only say that that is what we are. You are a fool. Who told you to become fooled? We tried to fool you, but doesn't mean that you get fooled. Better luck next life. But for a wise person, not getting trapped in any one of them, with all sacrifices, all difficulties, all hardships, all hard works, he takes up and walks in the spiritual path only. Maybe by the grace of Mother Navaratras going on, grace of God, Guru, be always on this path. Keep on moving. Charaiveti, 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 till we reach the destination. Om, Om, Om. Om Sachidanand Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Numaha. Om जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो अमृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादृशिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादृशिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो मत्स्याद्यवतारेभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तिनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे मातापितृ देवताभ्यो आद्य शङ्कराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त श्रुतिस्मृतिशास्त्रोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतानां दर्शन अनुग्रह अनुभूति द्वारा मोक्ष प्राप्त्यर्थम समस्त योग साधना भक्ति साधना वेदांत साधनानाम अवाप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृते सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरायाः समस्त साधनानां योगानां वेदांतानां प्रक्रियाणां च पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त दिग्मंडल भूमंडल विश्व व्याप्ति द्वारा समस्त विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्वशान्ति विश्वकल्याण विश्व एकता विश्वसामरस्य विश्वसौभ्रातृत्वसौमनस्य विश्वपुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् दिव्य सनातनधर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये निष्ठित अस्माकं सह समस्तभक्तसाधकसेवकानां अपूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्यक्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्यविजयादिद्वारा सत्सम्पदा सानुकूल्यता श्रद्धा शक्तीनां प्राप्ति साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निवारण द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशम स्कंदस्य पारायण अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कंदः उत्तरार्धः सप्ताशीतितमोऽध्यायः। श्री शुक उवाच श्रीनारद उवाच। Let us chant friends from Shuka Uvacha 45, 45 to 50. These many we do today. That will conclude our this beautiful chapter. Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Sarushinadishtam Gruhitva Shraddhayatmavan Purnashrutadharo Rajan Ahaviravrato Munihi Narada Uvacha नमस्तस्मै भगवते कृष्णाय मलकीर्तये यो धत्ते सर्वभूतानाम् अभवायोषतीः कलाः इत्याद्यं ऋषिम् आनम्य तच्छिष्यान्श्च महात्मनः ततो गादाश्रमं साक्षात् पितुर्द्वैपायनस्य मे सभाजितो भगवता कृतासनपरिग्रहः तस्मै तद्वर्णयामास नारायणमुखात् श्रुतम् इति एतत् वर्णितं राजन् यन्नः प्रश्नः कृतः त्वया यथा ब्रह्मण्यनिर्देश्ये निर्गुणेऽपि मनश्चरेत् योऽस्योत्प्रेक्षक आदिमध्यनिधने यो व्यक्तजीवेश्वरः यः सृष्ट्वेदमनुप्रविश्य ऋषिणा चक्रे पुरः शास्तिताः यं सम्पद्य जहात्यजामनुषैः सुप्तः कुलायं यथा तं कैवल्यनिरस्तयोनिमभयं ध्यायेदजस्रं हरिं तं कैवल्यनिरस्तयोनिमभयं ध्यायेदजस्रं हरिं ध्यायेदजस्रं हरिम्। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे उत्तरार्धे नारद नारायण संवादे वेदस्तुतिर्नाम सप्ताशीतितमोऽध्यायः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, श्रीभागवत शरणं मम, श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्रीसूत शरणं मम, श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम, श्रीव्यासा शरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीकुमार शरणं मम, श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम, श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामा मुञ्चदकर्हिचित्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। ॐ श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः निरोधस्यानुशयनमात्मनः सह शक्तिभिः उत्तरार्धः सप्ताशीतितमोऽध्यायः। Shri Shuka Uvaच. Friends, Parikshit ji asked the question. Shukadev ji, while answering, took us to the Samvada of Narada and Narayana Rishi. Narayana Rishi narrated to Narad ji the Samvada between the Sanandana Rishi to the Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara. Sanandanaji told these three about how the Shruti Mata has woken up the Parabrahma when he was lying supta after withdrawing the whole universe into himself at the time of Pralaya. When the new Srushti had to come, all is done by Narayana only. So from the Narayana Nishvasa, these Shrutis have come and those Shrutis have done the Supravatam, Utthanam, waking up, as well as through that only the Stuti of Narayana. In that only the quintessence of all the Brahmajnana, Tattvajnana, Atmajnana, Mokshajnana, Bhagavad Sambandhi Jnana, Veda Jnana, Purana Itihasa Jnana, the Jnana known by all the rishis, the Jnana to be known by all the human beings for their moksha, all of that is hidden. So we have to taken well 2 weeks of time to study all that. So having this way, when Sanandanaji concludes the Shruti Mata's doing stuti, such a beautiful, profound topic, grasping all that Atmanushasana Jnanam, these Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara have done the Upasana Puja to Sanandana Rishi. That thing, Sri Narayana Bhagavan telling to Narada ji, he says, Hey Brahmadayada, son of Brahmadeva, you also grasping this knowledge, living this knowledge, experiencing this knowledge with full freedom, move in this world. That's what Sri Bhagavan Narayana's नर नारायण ऋषि का नारद जी के लिए संदेशता उपदेशता आदेशता जिज्ञासा पूर्ति. His question was answered that way. So tvam chaitat brahmadayada shraddhaya atma anuशासनम dharayan charagam kamam kamanam bharjanam nrunam. So this thing we have exhaustively studied yesterday, so we'll not repeat it. Now, having this way, got the answer to his question, which was the question of Parikshit ji himself, that how the Nirguna Parabrahma के बारे में वाणी or the mana or the Shruti Mata can describe. That was the question. So that answer he got was so contented. Sri Shuka Uvacha. एवं सह ऋषिणा आदिष्टं गृहीत्वा सह नारदः ऋषिणा नारायण ऋषिणा आदिष्टं the adesha given गृहीत्वा having received that instructions orders from the Narayana Rishi, how Shraddhaya, with full Shraddha, Atmavan, with full self choice and self confidence of using that knowledge, realizing the self, Purnaha. He was so Purna in his contentment, in his commitment, in his practice, because of which he became Shrutadharaha. Whatever Shravana he has done from the Narayana, he has got the dharana of all of that in his experience. And such Muni, such Veeravrataha Muni, we spoke about all these words yesterday. He spoke to Bhagavan Narayana there out of Kritagnyata. Narada Vacha. To Narayana and to everyone there, he spoke this. What is that? Namaha Tasmai Bhagavate Krishnaya Malakirtaye Yodhate Sarvabhutanam Abhavaya Ushatihi Kalaha. It was a big shloka. It is so much thing we have discussed yesterday. Just summarizing that, move ahead. He says, Tasmai Bhagavate Namaha. To that Lord salutations. So therefore, we have to recognize the presence of Bhagavan. We should be always in our attitude of salutations to that Paramatma. Namaha Tasmai Bhagavate is a natural, continuous, constant attitude we have to maintain in our heart. There, the gratitude filled salutations to the Lord for everything what He has done in creating beautiful universe, everything what He has given to us, because of which we are alive, we are moving ahead, even we are nearing to Him through various blessings. So, Namaha Tasmai Bhagavate. Feel that sentence straight away. Salutations to you, O Lord, who are permeating everywhere, who is very much in me, supporting me, empowering me. One point. Second is, who is that Bhagavan? Na Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Ityani. He is the one who is distributing all those Shaktis in the required quantity to every of the Jiva. Required and deserving quantity. Namastasmai Bhagavate. Here, Naraji, especially because the time was just the conclusion of Krishna Avatara, he is remembering the Lord in the Krishna Avatara Rupa, therefore Krishnaya. And what is that Krishna? Amala Kirtaye. Dekho. Krishna Bhagavan ki Leelaye, through Leelas, what he has achieved, all that proves his kindness and compassion. Therefore, that Kirtana of Bhagavan's Kirti, when we do, it makes us Amala. When it makes us only Amala, how much it must be Amala by itself. Amala Kirti means Bhagwan's arrival and doing everything as no mala of his either selfishness, his either ego, or his any wanting to dominate the world or jivas. That's the job done by the Dushta Rakshasas, not Paramatma. So anything done by Lord is for the welfare of the world universe. Therefore, all of that is Amalakirti. We have to catch. And that Lord Amalakirti continuously going on blessing the world, even us, in an unseen form continuously. If we deserve, we'll have his darshan through our upasana. More deserving if we have, we'll be born at the time of Krishna Avatara, Rama Avatara. Rare. So, Namaha Tasmai Bhagavate Krishnaya Amalakirtaye. Now, the second line is so sweet. Yo Dhatte, the one who takes up. Dharana Karna Dhatte Matlab. Yo Dhatte, what he does Dharana of Sarvabhutanam Abhavaya Ushatihi Kalaha. The one who takes up various avatars, and in each of the avatara various facets, lakshanas, kalas, powers, he goes on using and expressing. Ushatihi kalaha yaha dhatte. Kalaha is avatars, and kalaha means in every avatara different facets at different times as required. He does all that for what sake? Sarvabhutanam abhavaya. Two parts of that sentence is abhavaya. Bhava is samsara bandhana. Abhavaya means moksha from samsara bandhana. So to give moksha from the bandhana. For whom? Selected few? No. Sarvabhutana. From a unicellular organism to the Brahmadeva, Bhagavan has no biasness or partiality or vision of difference towards anyone, in the sense to everyone Bhagavan wants to give equally that moksha. It is from our side how much we seek it and we take his help and blessings and guidance that decides whether we are getting liberated or not, and that too how quickly or how delayed. This is second point. Third one is what? Sarvabhutanam abhavaya vashati kalaha dhate. Means what? It is we when we seek the abhava, not the bhava, the samsara, but the moksha from it. And that application we put in front of the Lord, genuinely, deeply, sincerely, having thought very well and decided and convinced without any ambiguity. Hey Bhagavan, मैंने सोच लिया, समझ लिया, परख लिया, जान लिया, तो आपके प्राप्ति के द्वारा मोक्ष के अलावा कोई भी चीज वर्दी नहीं है परस्यू करने का, मांगने का. सो आई वांट दैट ज्ञान भक्ति मोक्ष. ओ लॉर्ड, हियर इज माय application in front of you. In this way, whoever seriously, genuinely, from the core of heart, puts application in front of the Lord, Bhagavan has such a love, kindness, compassion, and the powers that Ushatihi Kalaha Dhatte, he will take some or the other avatar, some or the other form, some or the other path, some or the other way and means to see that we are liberated. How he molds our life's course, what facilities he gives, which Mahatma sends, which Gurus he sends, which situations he puts us in. We don't know, but in and through that, because of our choice of wanting Abhava Moksha, inspired by that, happy, being happy by that, becoming happy by that, the Lord sees to it that like a genuine doctor. When we totally surrender to Him, then He does all His best efforts to make us healthy. If His resources are not enough, then He calls the expert doctors. Genuine. And in case of this doctor, other doctors, sometimes their capacities may not be sufficient to cure our disease, or our disease itself must be beyond the hands. But in case of samsara moksha, this is not the case. Why? Because the doctor, the Bhagwan, is all powerful in such a manner to whatever the level of bhava samsara roga we are in, he has got the perfect treatment for it. Means the physical roga doctors may fail because the knowledge they themselves have may not be sufficient to cure, like cancerous patient. No, the whole doctor medicine fails in making them alive. And the diseases gravity, our patients' inability to receive medicine, respond to treatment, इतने सारे इसमें ये कमियां होते हैं. But in Bhagwan they are not there. It's only we surrender to Him and never back up from our application or the goal that we want abhava or moksha. If these things we have surrender and wanting moksha, Bhagwan such a bhavaroga vaidya, he has got all treatments to ensure that from the bhavaroga we are liberated to get the moksha. How he does is yodhate ushatihi kalaha abhavaya. Now, in this life of ours, he has come in the form of Puja Gurudev. He has come in the form of the interest created in our hearts to study the Shastras. And he himself is working within us again in trying to give us the understandings, convictions. Hold on to his feet relentlessly. Hold on to, I want the abhava or the moksha from this bhava samsara. Then we can see he will play much, much more beautiful plays, or he will, what to say, takes various ushati kalaha, and he sees to it that we grow in our spiritual unfoldment. Have this faith. So here we have told the meaning of the entire shloka. The intention of Naraji saying this is, it is Bhagwan who takes the kalas of Sanaka Sanandana Sanatana Sanat Kumara to give that moksha knowledge. Again, he takes the avatara of Narayana Bhagwan who gave me this knowledge. And Bhagwan himself takes the avatar of the Vedas, avatar of the Rishis, avatar of the Munis, avatar of the Gurus, for the moksha of those who are still in bondage but seeking the moksha. ये भगवान उशति ही कड़ाह लेते हैं और उसमें you can add all avatars taken by the Lord, and in every avatara whatever the leelas he does, which appear to be of so much variety, many of them appear to be directly not at all connected with the moksha, but then that is the means through which Bhagavan slowly preparing for the moksha of those bhaktas or those whatever the sadhakas. है ना? Like the patient, हेड इंजरी हुआ, ऑपरेशन करना है, तो उनके बाल निकालते हैं. So निकालना बाल and doing the operation, they appear to be meaningless, not connected at all. चोट लगी ऑपरेशन में बाल क्यों निकाल, अरे भाई जब तक बाल नहीं निकालते हैं तब तक वो इन्फेक्शन वगैरह को अवॉइड नहीं कर सकते. देखो इमीडिएटली बाल निकालना ऑपरेशन करना कोई संबंध नहीं है, but there is a relation between. In the same way, In the life of Bhakta, what Bhagavan immediately gives him anubhuti. And what is the moksha sadhana? They appear to be not connected from our gross stula drushti, but they are very much connected. Lord gives a disease, He gives a health, He gives knowledge. He keeps us blank for some time, He makes us work hard, He makes us keep quiet. All when we surrender to Him are the means for Him to liberate us. Like the patients, एक्सरे रूम में भेजे जाते हैं, ऑटोप्सी के लिए भेजे जाते हैं, बायोप्सी भी कराते हैं. Many other blood tests are done for him. Then at the time of treatment, the surgeries are done, the incubations, whatever the required things at the patient's level, everything is they are exposed to. इतने सारे के पर्पस क्या है ना? उनको ड्रिप भी लगाते हैं, ऑक्सीजन भी लगाते हैं, और क्या क्या अलग अलग पेशेंट को हॉस्पिटल में, हाउ मेनी थिंग्स दे मूड. Purpose of all of that is to see that. In the same way, Bhagavan treats every of the true, genuine mumukshu and bhakta with all the required treatments. Outcome of all that is, as he said, is abhavaya. Therefore, we have only two things to do. One, seek moksha. Two, surrender to God for only moksha. Then observe the play, how he is working, and have full faith in it. Shraddhaya. Like now we are also, though blank regarding our realization, our deeper sadhanas, but very clear about one thing, that what we are studying Shastras is the treatment the Lord is giving now. पढ़ के जो ज्ञान चाहिए वो मिलना, वो दृढ़ हो जाना, हो जाएगा. After that then the second aspect of exactly step by step sadhanas, and what sadhana at what day and what moment to be done perfectly with alertness and consciousness. That second level of thing Bhagavan will reveal to us. Third level may fully involving only in those sadhanas exclusively till we reach the goal. Into that mood, Bhagavan will take us further. Let us pray for that. Okay, this is how Sri Narad Ji's this shloka of praise to God and gratitude to the God gives us information so much. Yo dhatte abhavaya sarvabhutanam ushatihi kalaha namastasmai bhagavate krishnaya amala kirtaye. Beautiful shloka. Completely we have studied. Now the next one. Iti. In this way, Shukadev ji is telling Parikshit ji, Adyam Rushim Anamya. That Adi Rushi, okay, right from the beginning of this Kalpa, Narayana Bhagwan taking the Naranarayana Rishi Avatara is doing tapasya. Therefore, he is called Adi Rushi. Adi Narayana Rishi. Iti Adyam Rushim, the Adi Rishi Narayana, who is doing tapasya in that Badrika ashram, जिनसे बात किया अभी तक नारद जी ने सारा पाठ सुना, आनम्य, having beautifully having done salutations to him, pradakshina to him, sastanga danda pranam, whatever having done so, tat shishyanscha mahatmanah, of that Narayana Rishi around him in that Kalavagrama. So many rishis are there who are seeking the knowledge from him directly, doing the sadhanas, and some are already realized, some are on the verge of realization, some are in the middle stage, some are begun just now. So many are there. To those rishis also, Sri Naradji did pranams. Iti adyam rishim anamya. Then tas shishyanscha mahatmanah anamya, of him the disciples are there. Other ऋषि मुनि उनको भी प्रणाम करके ततः from there agadh he reached, leaving that place he reached. Where did he reach? Ashramam. He reached to the ashramam. Which ashramam? Whose ashramam? Sakshat Dvaipayanasya me pituho. To the ashrama of the Dvaipayana Rishi, that is Vedavyasa Bhagavan, me pituho, who is my father. Shukadev ji is telling. So, That Narayana Rishi ji is doing tapasya in Badrika ashram only. Naraji was with him there only in that total interaction of the teachings of Vedastuti done to Parabrahma. Very near to the Narayana ashram only व्यास जी का भी आश्रम है. बद्रीनारायण में ही व्यास गुफा है. गणेश गुफा, व्यास गुफा, दैट मणिभद्रपुरम में माना गांव कहते हैं. द लास्ट विलेज ऑफ इंडिया दे से सरस्वती नदी का स्रोतस उद्गम स्थान. तो जब गॉन टू बद्रीनाथ दे नो ऑल दिस. हा, टू दैट प्लेस विच इज वेरी नियर बाई श्री नारद जी विजिटेड व्यास भगवान के आश्रम. ततः अगाध आश्रमम साक्षात पितुः द्वैपायनस्य में. साक्षात द्वैपायनस्य आश्रमम में पितुः माय फादर व्यास जी आश्रम नारद जी वेंट. किया क्या उधर जाकर. फर्स्ट भगवता सभाजितः. बाय दैट भगवान वेद व्यास श्री नारद जी वाज वेरी वेल रिसीव्ड, वर्शिप्ड, मेड सीटेड एटसेट्रा. सभाजितः भगवता कृत आसन कृत परिग्रह. All the Atiti Satkara Puja are done by Vyasa Bhagavan for Narad ji with all the respects and made him sit. कृत आसन कृत परिग्रह. सारे परिग्रह दिलवाकर उसके बाद आसन में बिठाना. या पहले आसन में बिठाकर परिग्रह में पाद प्रक्षालन, पूजा इत्यादि, वाट एवर द दान, दक्षिणा, भोजन इत्यादि टू बी डन. ऑल ऑफ दैट श्री व्यास भगवान हैज डन to Sri Narad. What a beautiful tradition of our Sanatana Dharma, that in all Shastras we see when the higher wise wisdom people or Rishi Muni visit, all these Rajas or Mahatmas or whoever अपने से सीनियर कोई आते हैं या उनको मिलने आते हैं, how respectfully, reverentially they do the upasana puja. Wow, what a heart it is, I tell you. Even if that clicks to us, we know the glory of our सनातन धर्म परंपरा. तो व्यास जी, मैं भी भगवान का अवतार हूँ. नो ईगो, नो एनी ऑफ दोज assumptions. नारद जी आए, ही इज ब्रह्म मानस पुत्र, ही इज भगवान अवतार ओनली, and he has chosen to come to me. What more than that? So at the jnana level, everything is Brahman, no doubt. But at the Vyavahara level, that Shishtachara of receiving Naraji, making me seated, him seated, doing all the parigraha, ityadi has done. So Sabhajitaha Bhagavata Krutasana Parigraha. So very well means Vyasji must have done the Mangalarti Yukta Swagatam, Mantrocharana ityadi, made Naradji seated, did all Pada Prakshalana Puja, Bhojanadi, Ambuladi, everything must have given. Okay. Then in that discussion or interaction only, Tasmai, to that my father Vyasa Bhagavan, Shukdev is telling, Tat Varnayamasa, a fresh knowledge just now received from Narayana Bhagavan himself. Narad ji ne ऐसा ज्ञान को तस्मै तत् वर्णयामासा, has done the Varnana to Sri Vedavyasa Bhagavanu. What is that he has done Varnana? Narayana Mukhat Shrutam. Whatever he has heard from Srivan Narayana Bhagavan, all that Naraji immediately taught, passed on to Sri Vyasa Bhagavan. So this you can relate to the first Skandha story of where Sri Naraji went to Vyasa Bhagavan. Vyasa Bhagavan was in a Chinta Yukta Mukha, not fully happy or satisfied, contented. Then Naraji asks him, Vyasji also says, I have done so much of the work, still my heart is not contented. Please tell what is the reason, solution. When that was asked, we heard Naraji telling him, so much of work you have done, but you have not fully focused, really done the work of doing the Varnana of Paramatma's all avatars, Gunagana Leela in the Bhakti Rupa. Jnana Rupi, so many things you have written of, Veda Vibhajana, Brahma Sutra, सारा किया आपने, but पूर्ण भक्ति से भरा हुआ वर्क you have not done. And then about परमात्मा, श्री नारद जी को, नारद जी ने ही नारायण भगवान को पढ़ाते हैं. in the first Skandha Vyasa. So that time or this time we should ask question, where from Naraji has come and what knowledge he gave to Vyasaji. उनका उस ज्ञान का झलक हमको मिलता है फर्स्ट खंड स्कंध में. So the answer to this question is, where from Naraji visited Vyasa Bhagavan is from Narayana Bhagavan himself. And the knowledge which one he gave it to the Vyasa Bhagavan is what he has heard from Sakshat Narayana himself. Basing on that knowledge only, Vyasa Bhagavan has done his 18th and the most profound this particular Bhagavata Maha Purana. Then he was searching for the Shishyas, for his Vedas, for his Puranas, for his Itihasa Adi. He got all Shishyas. The Paila, the Jaimini, the Vaishampayana, the Sumanta, to Roma Harshana he gave. But Bhagavat dene ke liye he was ढूंढing. He gave it to Roma Harshana ji also, but more perfect. Then his own son, here how Shukadev ji was in his mother's womb for 12 years. When he was born, he immediately started walking only. Then Putreti Tanmayataya. Vyasji was waiting for the Putra, not out of attachment. Itna Veda Vedanta Jnana mein Nishchit Bhagavad Avatar ko, how can he have attachment to the Putra? Yes, you can say also he can have attachment because the one who is born in the Shukadev ji is by birth only Brahma Jnani. But anyway, there is no attachment. The idea is this Bhagavata Mahapurana, he wanted to give it to Shukadev. Given to Shukadeva. Shukadeva reveling in it was moving in the world. He was looking for a suitable Shishya. Thank God, Sri Parikshitji was available to him and given to him. Then Vyasji thought, what I told my son, he gave it to Shukadeva Parikshitji. Let me write it for the posterity. That's how Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana Rachana Sri Vyasa Bhagavan does after the Suta Saunakadi Samvad. That's what we are studying from last 1205 days without even one day break. So here I am connecting this particular shloka and its meaning to the total topic and total Bhagavad Purana. The Bhagavad Purana Utpatti done by Vyasaji in this way, having he heard from Naraji. Naraji gave him all these things, having heard from Narayana Bhagavan. नारायण जी ने ये बताया जो सनक सनंदन के बीच में हुआ. सनक सनंदन ने श्रुतियों का ही स्तुति भगवान का की, उसमें निर्गुण ब्रह्म ज्ञान, सगुण देवता, भगवान उपासना सब कुछ है. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ओनली इन भागवत पुराण सत्यम परम धीमहि, द परम सत्य ध्यान ऑफ द वेदांत ज्ञान एसेंस ऑफ उपनिषद्स आल्सो फुल्ली देयर इन दैट इटसेल्फ. अगेन भागवत में through the 24 avatars, the Purana Bhakti Shastra also is there. And in between, Yoga Darshanam, Karma Yoga, Varnashrama Vyavastha, values, all of that is fully there in the entire Bhagavata Shastram. Okay, in this way, ho gaya. Now, concluding two shlokas by Shukadev ji to Parikshit ji. He says, Iti. This is what it is. Etat, this one, Varnitam, described and explained. Rajan, he Raja Parikshit, Yat, that, Naha, to us, Prashnaha, the question, Krutaha, done, Tvaya, by you. So this is how the Varnana as an answer given to you for the question asked by you to me, hey my dear Raja Parikshit. इत्येतद् वर्णितं राजन् यत् नः प्रश्नः कृतः त्वया. त्वया यत् प्रश्नः कृतः नः इति एतद् वर्णितं. To your question asked by you to me, this is the whole answer is given in this वर्णना. How beautiful you see. इसको देखकर समझ नहीं सकते क्या हम कितने इंटेलिजेंट है हमारे ऋषि मुनि लोग. They are not बुद्धू like us just because they have not discovered the technology and all. They are more wise than us through the mantra shakti इत्यादि. See the whole topic, whole discussion, whole question answers, and in the answer given the essence of all Vedas, Vedanta, Upanishad Jnana, Brahma Jnana. How itna dekh kar bhi, if we don't acknowledge or accept the glory of our Rishi Munis, our avatars, our Shastras, our Sanatana Dharma, our Rishi Muni Guru Parampara, then we are unfortunate. By mistake we are born as Hindus, then we must be in some other place only. Because they don't also believe or trust after even knowing how glorious is Sanatana Dharma, which is the other religious fellows don't know how glorious is Hinduism, and yet they don't accept. That is their ego, impurity, biasness. If we also are, even after studying so much, don't come in line with our Shastras, Gurus, with the Bhakti Shraddha, we are indeed unfortunate. How beautiful it is. So then second line, Yatha, what was your question? And to that question my answer was this. Question was, Yatha, this what you asked, Brahmani Anirdeshi, on that Brahma Tattva, who cannot be Nirdeshi Yukta. In this way, you cannot indicate on that Brahman how Nirgune api Manaha Charet. So Mana and Vani and Shruti Mata, how it describes on that Anirdesh Nirguna Brahmana. You ask the question, this is how it is. Yes, Brahman is Nirguna, is Anirdeshya. And yet, there is no way other than Shruti Mata's way of describing that Paramatma, indicating to us the sadhanas to be done to experience Him, who is again beyond any Nirdesha, beyond any Guna, where the Vani Mana cannot reach. Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha. Yet, other than the teaching by the Vani, by the Guru, other by listening, other than by listening from with the mind, this jnanam, there is no way. These vehicles, finally they may not reach to the God, but they can take us to a position from where the Lord Himself will take us into that experience. यमे वैश वृणते तक शास्त्र हमको ले जाते हैं तस्शेष आत्मा विवृणते तनुम स्वाम द लॉर्ड जानकर परख कर टेस्ट करके when he finds we are fit then he reveals himself to us where we discover our oneness with him. This is the most profoundest of the chapters. Now comes the ultimate shloka of doing the stuti to Paramatma. Dhyayet ajasram harim. To that Hari Paramatma, every day we have to do the dhyana. Now this shloka is big one. It takes 15-20 minutes. So what we do is, today I will talk on it to complete the chapter. Then again tomorrow, with this only we begin and talk 10-15 minutes on it. Then we take up the Attasima Adhyaya. That way we will do. So here only the literal meaning of this shloka we will see. What he said, Yaha, that Lord who is Asya, of this whole world, Utprekshakaha, ऊपर बैठकर प्रकर्षेण ईक्षण करता है. Now that this ईक्षण I have to explain to you. The common meaning of ईक्षणा is a साक्षी के रूप में देखना. The शास्त्रीय meaning of ईक्षणा is सईक्षान चक्रे और सईक्षता लोकानुसृजय इति. वो meaning मुझे बताना है. उपनिषदिक meaning. That's why I said it needs more time to enjoy the study of this shloka. Today we don't have, so only literal meaning. So यह that Lord who is अस्य of this world उत्प्रेक्षकः, दूर से देखते रहते हैं और उनके ईक्षणा से होल वर्ल्ड बना. Then आदि मध्य निधने, he is the one who is in the beginning, middle, end of the entire universe. यह अव्यक्त जीव ईश्वरः, who is the Lord of both the Maya as well as Jiva. Ishvara is Lord. Then Yaha, the one Sushtra Idam, having created the world, Anupravishya Rishina, he only entered. We studied that in Tatsutva Tadeva Anupravishat in Taittiriya. And tomorrow or day after, we are going to see in the third khanda of the our Aitareya Upanishad Pratamodhyaya also, ki katame vadrute syaditi simanam vidarya. That is our Lord enters into this world. So many pots are there. In that so many waters are there. Every one of the pot have water. Surya came. He just entered into as many number of pots with water are there. So many ways as those pratibimbas. This is what we see the whole world of jivas in the upadhis created by him only. He himself is expressing, that's called as entry, as the so many jivas. So yo sushtva yah sushtva idam anupravishya rushina ya rushi means jiva chakre puraha shastitaha. Then the pura banaya unme entry kiya. He alone as a jiva bound lives, and he alone lives as the अनुशासक also, both of the jiva and his upadhis. इसलिए मैंने कहा एक एक शब्द को इत्मीनान से बताना है. Last श्लोक of सुखदेव जी cannot be simpler one in this chapter conclusion में. So आराम से पूरा घंटा लग भी नहीं दो, पढ़ेंगे हम कल के दिन. Then यह संपद्य जहाति अजाम अनुशयी, he himself having achieved to the no अथ संपत्से, the संपद्य is the word is from the बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद, है ना. यावन्न, है ना. यस, ऐषणा त्याग करके गुरु के पास जाकर गुरु के उपदेश को श्रद्धा से सुनने से वो संपदावान बनेगा शिष्य. therefore the संपद से he will be संपन्न. So these are the technical words. So yo sampadya, having fully gone to the guru, gained the knowledge from him, jahati ajam, the same Lord who became as jiva and suffered, gives of the maya because of which he was in limitation. Then anushayi, who was a anushayi, the jiva, now he releases himself from the bondage, becomes one with the whole universal self. Suptaha kulayam yatha, like the one who slept gives up the body attachment, so to the Lord, having recognized his essential self, he just transcends the identity with one particular set of upadhis. Then tam, to that Lord. सो इसमें पूरा आ गया. ये एक श्लोक में फिर से सारा वेदांत के सारे रहस्य, सृष्टि रहस्य, जीवा एंट्री, ईश्वरा एंटरिंग एंड बिकमिंग द जीवा एंड गोइंग थ्रू ऑल प्रारब्ध samsara and getting fed above that, and knowing, going to the guru, knowing the knowledge, doing the sadhana, discovering his oneness in Paramatma and getting liberated. All that cyclic thing from the bondage up to liberation, सारे बातें इस एक श्लोक में भरे हुए हैं. तो टुडे वी सा 1%, 2%, कल हम 5-10% देखेंगे. लास्ट में तम, टू दैट लॉर्ड, कैवल्य निरस्त योनिम, द वन हु इज कैवल्य स्थिति में रहते हैं, निरस्त योनिम, हु हैज गॉट नो योनि ऑफ जन्म मरण आदि, अभयम, who because of his non-dual nature has no bhaya for himself and never gives bhaya to anyone, that Harim, to that Narayana, to that Parabrahma, Ajasram, all the time, ध्यायेत, one has to meditate. ऐसे भगवान के ऊपर निरंतर ध्यान करते रहो. वेरी प्रोफाउंड श्लोक है, डबल PhD लेवल वाला श्लोक है, वेदांत PhD का लेवल है ना. यू एंड आई, बिकॉज आर study of Shastra from 2-3 years regularly, we have got a 1% of dimag, at least to feel a little of what is said here, not a complete understanding. मैं खुद भी तो आपको बोलने के लिए मुझे पहले समझना चाहिए. The 1-2% whatever we grasp, we'll discuss on this shloka tomorrow, and then enter into the 88 chapter. 89-90 3 chapter कर लो, हो गया 10वां स्कंध. Then we say conclusion to Bhagavatam, and let's see what Lord gets through as done in this world of Shastra Adhenam. Now, formally this chapter is concluding, but this shloka explanation still remains tomorrow. Iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurane. In this way, in the Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana, because it has got 10 topics, Paramahamsyam, द परमहंस श्री सुखदेव जी ने दिया, इसलिए उनको पारमहंस कहते हैं. संहितायाम, इसमें सम्यक हित है सबके लिए और सारे शास्त्रों का सार है, इसलिए इसको संहिता कहते हैं. दशम स्कंधे, इन द 10th स्कंध, उत्तरार्धे, इन द सेकंड उत्तरार्ध, नारद नारायण संवादे, in the form of Narada Narayana Samvada में Veda Stutirnama, the topic of Veda Stuti, named that one, Saptashiti Tamaha Adhyayah, thus concludes the 87th chapter. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namo. Bol Shri कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. ॐ नीलमेघ श्याम कृष्ण नित्य जगन्मोहन कृष्ण बालगोपाल कृष्ण भव्यमङ्गलं वेणुगानलोल कृष्ण वेदान्त नवनीत चोर कृष्ण नित्यमङ्गलं भक्तजनाधार कृष्ण परम मोमुक्तिसन्धायक कृष्णमूर्तिमङ्गलं गीतामृतदात कृष्ण परमयोगीश पार्थसारथिरूप कृष्ण सर्वमङ्गलं न तत्प्रसूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्दिवतोऽयमग्निः तमेव बान्धवनुभाति सर्वं तस्य वासा सर्वमिदं विभाति नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेव मंगलम श्री कुरुक्षेत्र क्षिपासाद्रूपाय गीता व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय योगेन्द्राय नमस्तस्मै शुकाय ब्रह्मरूपिणे संसार सर्वदष्टम यो विश्वनाथमुजत बोल श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय वेद व्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय बोलो भाई संतन की जय सदुनाथ महाराज की जय आज के आनंद की जय सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंद गोविंद बोल श्री दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती रूपिणी श्री आदिवराशक्ति माता की जय समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय हा हा थैंक यू just come in 3 minutes to study Adhyatma Ramayanam few shlokas. Because I am doing all slowly because 6 classes have to be done to conserve the energy as much as possible. And also nowadays energy का थोड़ा कमी आ जा है. Otherwise, and as the age grows, you cannot have same thing throughout life. We can do vigorously every class, but then if you have an idea of doing Shastra Dhenam for a long time, slowly, steadily, we have to become conscious to conserve the energies. That's what I am doing. Prolonged, जितने जीवन में साल हो सके उतने साल उतने शास्त्र हमको पढ़ना है. That is why we are going slowly. And good that those who are regular, they are tuned to all this and being with one as a team, are adding as a synergy to the energy of these classes. May the divine descend on every one of you, give that experience and liberation. Thank you. Mm, mm, mm. Om